So, tell me, Patrick, have you been watching the news lately?
No, not really. I try to avoid the news as much as possible, Patricia.
Well, the news about Russia is still about Russia. Seems like we cannot escape from the likes of the bear. Russia, Russia, Russia. Yes, Russia. According to a recent article published by Reuters World News dated from March 31, 2018, Britain and Russia are going after each other with reprisals and retaliations, a tit-for-tat kind of game.
So, is this still a lingering effect from the 2016 presidential election and Russia supposedly trying to alter our election result?
No. This is about the poisoning of former Russian spy Sergei Skripal and his daughter on English soil, the first time an event with a military-grade agent has been used since the Second World War on European soil. According to this article by Reuters, London has accused Russia directly involved in the poisoning of this ex-spy and his daughter. Reuters goes on to say that Russia has denied any ties to this unfortunate event while also asking the United Kingdom to assist on this case, but have been denied by the British government. Reuters goes on to say that England will not share any data on the issue, nor have accepted in requests for separate groups to determine the chemical agent's origins. A tit-for-tat reprisal has been going on in which Western governments and Russia have each been expelling one another's diplomats out of each respective country's borders.
Oh, yes. I have heard about many countries attempt to blame Russia on many issues, while it appears that Western governments are trying to distract citizens from the problems at home by reverting back to the old Cold War type of life. This, to me, sounds like a nation is trying to resell the reason for the Iraq invasion, but repackaging as a Russian boogeyman trying to scare people into thinking Russians are hiding underneath your bed and that they are controlling the White House.
Yes, you are quite correct. In the American press, reporters have said that President Trump's campaign colluded with Russia, as well as saying they are using old Soviet techniques to create fear around the world. Distractions have been made, and Western nations have been making the sell of how bad Russia truly is.
Yes, Western papers, especially in the United States, reflect this notion. However, the Russians themselves do not believe this, as it is shown on the Russian Today website that England is behaving like a mafia boss would act by forcing many countries to back their claims and spank Russia without even trying to find out more information on the former spy and his daughter. Companies and governments continue to push forward the narrative of how evil and calculating Russia truly is. According to additional stories from Russia Today, Russia denies having the chemical agent that was used, and even says that England performed this horrible act to portray Russia poorly and to take focus off of England's poor handling of Brexit. It sounds like England, the United States, and other Western nations and allies are playing a nightmare chess of game that could potentially push us to a dangerous and large war.
One does not poke a bear over and over without it waking up and attacking in retaliation for the poking involved.
Russia, Russia, Russia.
With so many newspapers and media outlets guilty of making up stories with lies and deceit, how can a person truly understand what is going on before it is too late? Are Western governments trying to start a war? Is Russia really guilty while England refuses to share data and information to support claim to this horrible accusation? So, as students learning to inquire about subjects and how best to learn from them, is there really a way to determine if Russia is truly guilty? Or are Western nations now the school bully picking on their former adversary while pushing a story that could quite possibly be a fake story? Jay believes that this story about Russia is as believable as Iraq having weapons of mass destruction back before the United States attacked them to overthrow Saddam Hussein, depending on your personal feelings. How can England push their allies to take them at their word only? Why will they not let the chemical agent be looked at by any other nation? Is England simply using this excuse to distract citizens from Brexit problems, or using Russia as a distraction for the United States? Why does it seem like the West is bullying a bear into a corner? Is Russia truly guilty, or is this more fake news being peddled to look like the truth, but is nothing more than a blanket of lies? How long can a bear be poked and bullied until it has had enough and attacks back?